So how do you know if somebody's an authentic Floridian? Here in just a couple of weeks, season is over. And all we're going to have is true Floridians who can take the heat and deal with the thunderstorms and the hurricanes. Because that's what we got for about the next 4 or 5 months. It's going to be coming at us. So what would you say is a good sign? Because I can tell you during spring break, there was so many people that I would see, like at my General Publix, and I'm like, there's no way that they're from Florida. They kind of had a look. They had a bit of a mannerism. And I was like, yeah, I don't think that's somebody that is here year round. It's just kind of a look. Or you could have a conversation with somebody and tell pretty quick that they are not a Floridian. Now, I saw some examples of what a true Floridian knows or what a true Floridian does. A lot of it has to do with your attire. Like I'd mentioned, typically when I see somebody and they're wearing those sun shirts, the long sleeve, and it's 93 degrees outside with 75% humidity, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's too hot for a long sleeve shirt. You got to realize that, I don't know what it is about those magical things, but they hold up pretty well. You know, it really actually does cool you off. It's kind of odd.
They know what they're doing because they know that those shirts are not just, a long sleeve shirt in the summer. It's sun protection. Mm-hmm. It's protecting you from when you're out on the boat.
Yeah.
You know someone's from Florida when they have a really, really, really red face from the sun and they reek of alcohol.
Yeah, that's it.
And that usually is paired up with a Guy Harvey shirt.
Yeah, Floridian, you would hope, would use the sunscreen. You got to know a little bit better. Michelle C. said flow-grown hats or shirts. One thing I see. And the flip-flops or don't tread on me shirts. Or the license plates.
Salt life.
Yeah. That's another one you see a lot. Another text said, yeah, somebody who wears flip-flops to a formal event. That's typically a Floridian. You can tell.
Oh, yeah. I've seen a guy in his 50s wear a Hawaiian shirt and flip-flops to a funeral.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody texted and said, last night at dinner, there's a table full of sunburnt girls. I knew they were definitely tourists.
Aw.
Yeah, because they don't understand or appreciate the power of that sun that comes in.
Yeah, I'm talking more about, I think it's the salty dog in the bar that doesn't even care about sunscreen anymore because it's all about the alcohol. Let's go outside. Let's get that Florida heat.
Another one says, true Floridians know how to say guanabanas. But I think the odd thing is true Floridians don't know how to say guanabanas.
Because it's not actually said guanabana.
It's guanabanas.
Oh, I thought
But all the locals mispronounce it guanabanas.
this whole time I've been calling it guanabanas.
We had no idea that it was guanabanas.
Yeah, I think that's how it goes. But yeah, I think everybody's just settled on, well, nope, around here it's guanabanas. That's how we do it. Some other things that you can tell. Driving style. Yeah, that is another way. If you're on I-95, a lot of times you get people who are from here because you understand how we drive. Basically like a maniac.
Yes, if you're not driving like you're on meth, you're probably not from Florida. And
Yeah.
you're right, every time someone's driving super slow in the left-hand lane, you go, Canada, I knew it.
Right.
And the further south you go, the more meth-like driving you will see.
Oh, it is, honestly.
It gets wild and methy.
Miami is like Fast and the Furious. I came out on a lovely Saturday morning, was just driving right there out of I-95, out of Coconut Grove, and I'm like, it's 8 a.m.
Yeah,
Why?
you have to put a war paint on.
And then, you know what? I sat up in my seat, and I'm like, all right, here we go.
I gotta get up with them.
I started
Yeah.
driving
You
like
do.
them.
You have to mentally get up for this thing.
Yeah, I was going for a leisurely little Saturday morning drive. There's no leisurely driving on I-95 when you're in Miami. It's pretty crazy. Other things, South Floridians and a true Floridian knows and respects the wildlife. They can coexist with the alligators and all the little critters, but you'll see tourists, they'll freak out. They see an alligator, they think their life's over.
Oh, Florida man tries to wrestle the gator, either to eat it or become its friend.
Yep. Also, there's a lot about food knowledge. What kind of food knowledge does a true Floridian have? I think, one, you understand what's available at Publix. And maybe the pub sub is overdone. In fact, other people who I know, if they mention The chicken wings or the fried chicken at Publix. I'm like, okay, they got good stuff.
Public sub needs a resurgence. They need they need a new comeback era.
Well, you've talked about how it's fallen off a little bit.
I think you can save that thing and make it special again, but wouldn't you say it's lost a little bit of its shine? That was the end-all, be-all around these parts.
Right, it was, and I think people have said, and they've made some changes here and there. They've introduced new breads and whatnot. It's been a while since I got actually a pub sub. My son really likes the, is it the chicken tender pub sub they do?
Yes.
Very popular.
Yeah, but it has been a minute since he's gotten that. I don't know if it's any preference or just that. But yeah, he does pub subs a whole lot. The other thing is just building up the tolerance to the humidity. You kind of get used to just when you walk outside, you're going to start sweating just standing there.
Oh, I feel like I'm part of Guana these days. Give it to me, heat.
But I will tell you, even after being here almost 30 years, it's still each season, does it feel like it takes you a little bit of time to reacclimate? When I'm talking about it's 93 outside and 75% humidity.
It does get rough.
Because I do, and luckily it's a slow gradual, but yeah, if I right now walked into that, I'd probably be like, oh my gosh, I'd be like, so hot.
I lived here pretty much my whole life, and I do feel like the last 5 to 7 years, we do have cooler weather later into the year. I mean, we're in April, we're in April, and it's still there's still some nice days out there that are cool.
It does. What I have is I kind of have markers in my head, or I know just over the years where things change. When we had Sunfest, which was the first week of May, I knew we kind of crossed into a level of it's going to be hot, but it's not unbearable. But you start noticing you're going to start sweating a bit. It's going to be rare. You're not going to have a chill. You don't need any hoodies or anything when we get into May. You're all good.
You're good.
It starts picking up, though. May's one level, June's another level. And then when you hit 4th of July weekend, it's full-on swamp season. You know how you've got the condensation on every glass because...
Yes.
Oh, the mosquitoes.
Yeah, you're in full... It's swampy, so July, August, September, October, those 4 months, you've hit the... That's it, baby.
I think we all hate August. I mean, it's the worst month for South Florida.
August is tough.
Not much going on. No, it's just
nothing
muggy.
To do. You're just trying to survive.
We should travel in August.
Do something. Let's make August not suck anymore.
Turns out the snowbirds had it right.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of the greatest concepts. It really is. If I ever hate on a snowbird, it's just because I'm jealous.
Right.
I'm like, y'all are doing it right. You guys always stay in that right awesome temperature.
And they come down here and complain.
Another thing a true Floridian knows is how to survive the bugs. And you got to identify, are you a mosquito person or not? I am a mosquito person and my wife is not, and I don't get it and I hate it. She never gets a mosquito bite. I am a buffet for mosquitoes. They love me.
You are right, especially South Florida. You got to make sure your house is protected from the rats, from the snakes, from the frogs. Is everywhere like that, or is it? I mean, we have a lot trying to get in our house.
You kind of are a beacon over there, Kevin, with your skin so pale.
Yeah, I mean...
that might have something to do with it, because I'm a beacon too, and they love me.
Well, what it is, one, it's your blood type. It's also the way that you exhale, because the mosquitoes, they detect the carbon dioxide that you breathe out. Your color of clothing, I think it's the darker colors they pick up and they come after you. And of course, my favorite color is black. So they always get me.
Me too.
But yeah, there's a lot of different things. It's just they can smell you. We had to have our house open because the AC went out a couple weeks ago. And woke up the next day, I had 10 mosquito bites. My wife didn't have one.
Oh.
They just the entire night were just feasting on me.
And I just feel bugs and all that kind of stuff, they love a house that starts getting warm, a little dampy. They love to try to break in that thing.
What's your blood type? Do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not sure. Whatever it is, it's mosquito delicious.
It's type M for mosquito.
That's all it is.
MB, mosquito buffet.
Mm-hmm. Another odd way for me, spot a true Floridian, or at least see a new Floridian, how you approach hurricanes. I remember my first hurricane, I had all the supplies, windows are boarded up. I'm sitting there like hunkered down, bracing myself. And then the thing just took off and didn't even hit us. And I'm like, well, that's kind of crazy. And now through the years, you get a new kind of, not that you ever take, but you understand when it's serious and when it's not, and then what serious means and how you prepare properly. It takes years to do that.
It's a learning curve. And maybe you don't invite strangers to come over and ride out the hurricane with you.
Gosh, I learned that. Yes. Especially a new gay couple that they are in the honeymoon phase. Because when you get together, boy, that turned south fast.
I mean, they were first starting to date. They were very honeymoon-like.
They had met the weekend before. They came to my house, and all I heard was screaming, "You don't respect my feelings!" And I was like, "Oh, what is going on out there?"
They broke up in that hurricane. There was 2 storms that weekend.
And we actually had, I think it was a Cat 1, maybe a Cat 2 that time. And his boyfriend walked out into the storm. I don't know where he went. I was trying to talk him back, but at some point I'm like, I'm not going out there.
He left in the hurricane.
A scorned lover, hurricane's nothing to
I
them.
don't even know where he went. I don't know if he survived. I don't know what happened. Never heard from him.
Kind of a great story.
It was pretty amazing. We're talking about things that true Floridians know how to pronounce correctly, like guanabanas was one. If you're in the Jupiter area, you know that. Another one that's so true. Somebody said how somebody pronounces Boca Raton. And I even told you, we had a commercial that we were running here, and the person's like, I love it in Boca Raton. And I'm like, that's clearly somebody that like lives in New York or somewhere like that, and they have no idea that it's Raton. Because that is a big-time tell. Somebody said a true Floridian also knows how to pronounce conch.
Conch.
Do people who are not Floridians go, can I have some conch? Is that what that is?
I would like a conch fritter.
Oh, okay. A real Floridian knows who Uncle Luke is. Okay, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Remember the old 2 Live Crew days?
Oh, come on now.
Yeah. He's all into political stuff now. Old Uncle Luke is. Quite a spirited guy on social media.
Isn't the 69 boys down from here either? You ain't a true Floridian if you know about the 69 boys.
Yeah, they might be from Belle Glade, actually. I think they're from the Glade, baby.
They're St. Jacksonville. Oh, I know nothing about my town.
I think they're the ones that they did a song and they name dropped. I remember playing that. They name dropped Belle Glade. I'm like, who name drops Belle Glade? That's what they had said they were from there. Yeah, it might not be 69 boys. Could be another one of Booty Groups. Somebody said a true Floridian knows all the local good eating spots and directions without using GPS. Okay.
Oh, you said good Floridian.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, I use GPS all the time though, so I guess I'm not the good Floridian.
I do too, because if for nothing else, I want to know what time I'm getting there.
I'm the same way, and not to mention too, a lot of times there may be a back way or something like that I've never. Look, around my house, that 5-mile radius, I know absolutely every great road to take. But if you're a person, most of us in South Florida feel like we stay in that pocket. If you're ever out of that pocket, I use it because, I don't know all the best little routes.
If I had to go down to Delray or Boynton and go look for restaurants, I would have no idea where I'm going.
And sometimes Waze will tell you, hey, there's traffic, it's bad here. We're suggesting an alternate route. And it saves you from being stuck in a traffic jam. That is so valuable.
Well, we went out there to Wellington for one of the feast events, and that is to me, that's a different state.
Yeah. It's out there, man.
This is how we do. It's the KBJ Show.